Hello everyone, welcome back MG Squad. My name is Alan, or Devil's Advocate, or Dark Knight, or Obsidian Fury. It really depends on the kind of mood that you catch me, whether I'm taking names or defending my hot takes. I am part of MelaninGamers, which is a gaming community that promotes diversity and inclusion in the game industry. I've kept this review spoiler free, so please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I want to thank 2K for giving me the opportunity to review this game. For now, let's speak on this game. Midnight Suns is a tactical role-playing game developed by Firaxis. In case you didn't know who they were, they are the talent and big brains behind games like XCOM and Civilization. Published by 2K, need I say more, released on the 2nd of December 2022, it was released on all platforms, PC, Xbox Series XS, Xbox One, PS4, PS5, as well as Nintendo, which I was very surprised about since of all the hardwares, of all the consoles, Nintendo Switch hardware is probably the least strongest to handle these kind of AAA games. But obviously, anyway, this is for the masses, which is people who are not like you and me who are watching this video. This game was a sleeper hit. But for the enlightened few, such as you and me, who know about strategy and Marvel, it's been on my radar since it was last announced last September. On the screen, I've cut the first couple missions together, plus I think some of the tutorial missions together, and condensed them into 5 to 10 minutes for this video. My initial thoughts. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I was in mixed feelings about this game. On one hand, we have Firaxis Games, who have made one of my all-time favorite franchises, which is XCOM. I sank an unhealthy amount of hours into that game, and I'm not even sorry if I'm being honest with you. And I'm also, on the other hand, we also have Marvel type games, which I feel they have, for a lot of the games that they've produced recently, they've missed the mark. And I feel like some of the games should have been released during like the hype train phase of phase 1, 2, and 3. I think the only decent games I can think of that have come out that were from Marvel is Insomniac's Spider-Man 1 and obviously Miles Morales, and also the Guardians of the Galaxy, which I have also reviewed, so please go and check out that video. The gameplay itself is actually really fun. I enjoy the card-based tactical element quite a bit. It wouldn't be a Firaxis game if they don't screw you over with the RNG element, namely the redraw card, which has screwed me over once or twice. But then as I was like, when I got screwed over, I was like, oh, yes, Firaxis game. I was like, yes, yes. For those who haven't played this type of strategy game, it is essentially a card-based tactical system where you have heroes on the field and they each they come with a deck which you can also customize before the mission. Don't worry if there's all the numbers and all the stats might confuse you. The tutorial is actually really good. I actually enjoy Firaxis games because they're able to explain like really complex games with their tutorials really well. So I actually really enjoy it from Firaxis. So when they did this, when they were going with this card tactical system, I was actually very pleased because I knew that for new players who might have not played this kind of type of game before, they'll definitely hold your hand through it, and then you'll be able to like enjoy the kind of the tactical gameplay and that kind of thing, if that's your kind of thing, or it could be once you try it. So I'm also a sucker for Marvel and strategy games in general. So obviously when this came out on PC, I'm a huge nerd, and I can finally say that proudly. The story is great so far. It's very engaging. You get to make your own character called the Hunter, which got me thinking whether or not the Hunter will appear in actual comic books. Like, it'll be really fun if they tie this into that, like some kind of canon where, obviously, for those of you who don't know, there's Earth 616. That's like the main continuity for Marvel comic books. That's where you find all the main stories and all the main stories that you hear about when people talk about Marvel comic books. And then, for example, they've made, for the MCU, there's actually a comic book equivalent universe, which is called Earth 199999. And that's where you will find all the Chris Evans Captain Americas, Robert Downey Jr. Iron Man. That's where you'll find all those characters. So I think it'll be very interesting if they create another universe, but for Marvel video games. That'd be really cool if you can see Spider-Man interact with Insomniac Spider-Man interact with maybe the Hunter from this franchise. So I think that's where my mind is going right now, and I think it'll be really cool. Also, more importantly enough, is that within this game, the characters themselves actually, the play style that you have to utilize when playing these characters actually really fit with their characters. Like, for example, the Blade, who is half vampire, half human, he has a lot of bleed cards that inflict bleed on the enemies, as well as a lot of life stealing because obviously he's a half vampire. And Doctor Strange, the Sorcerer Supreme, obviously has a lot of magic and has a lot of like buffs and debuffs like a mage would within these kinds of games, which I find like I enjoy that kind of a kind of like big brain kind of thoughts when it comes to that kind of thing. Onto some of the negatives. I've encountered quite a bit of frame issues and performance issues on my PC, which was very annoying. Like enough to make me switch games, because it's like this game would like ramp up so much, like on my disc and on my CPU, and I'm like, is it my PC? And I'm like, hold on, my PC is like the digital equivalent of Hercules and Zeus. I paid an ungodly amount of money, so my PC is basically godly in that aspect. So I went online and I saw that a lot of people are having similar issues that are really big performance issues with this game. I'll give a couple of advice for those who want to play this game. I'll recommend running it on admin. I'd also recommend verifying your Steam files if you're using Steam. I'd recommend also closing all the background apps, like for example, like just try and minimize the cost of it, and also turn off ray tracing as well. That is something if it's a graphic interface issue that you're dealing with. Otherwise, I'm hoping a couple of like day one patches. It's the 11th. I saw like an update come through. A couple day one patches should sort some of this out. If it doesn't, then that would then dock quite a few points, because this game is actually really good. The gameplay is really fun, but the performance issues do put a real big dampener on the mood as well. But otherwise, this game, like I've mentioned before, it's really fun. It's really engaging. I really enjoy it because obviously Marvel and also strategy. And yeah, Firaxis, well done. 2K, well done. Marvel, well done. So all round, well done. Except for the performance issues, which I think that they can sort out. I just want them to sort it out so the game can be like to its fullest potential. But that's not that. These issues are not for everyone. Some people are actually having a lot of fun with this game because they don't face any performance issues whatsoever. I'm unfortunately also one of those ones. But yeah, I want to thank 2K and Firaxis for giving me this opportunity to review this game. This game is really fun. I also want to thank MelaninGamers as well for giving me this platform as well to speak on these games. And yeah, if you guys have any comments, please leave a comment below to tell me your thoughts on this game, whether you liked it, whether you disliked it, all those kind of things. Don't forget to like it. Don't forget to subscribe if you want to see more of this kind of content. And yeah, that's everything, guys. You guys let me know what you think, and that's everything. So till next time, MG Squad. Peace out.